Hey guys, this is Sean. I just wanted to take a real quick second and welcome you to the group and introduce you to the containers. Some of you may have already gotten this in the mail, some of you may have had them and used them before, and then I know we have some in the group who haven't used them before. So I just wanted to take a real quick look at what you're going to be getting and what you should try to do with them when you first get them. And as you can see, there's different colors for all the different food groups. You have your fruit in your purple, veggies in the green, protein in the red, carbs in yellow, good fats like avocados, things like that in the blue. And then you have your seeds and dressings as well as like your oils and nut butters and things like that that you use for your orange. Now when you get your kit, that may confuse you, you may be wondering what you need to do with that, but you have an eating plan that did come with your program. And just a couple things you should look at when you first get it. One is you need to figure out how you're going to use these. You need to figure out what it is you need to eat. And so on page 4, you'll see that there's a real quick getting started plan where it gives you a quick math way to find out what kind of calories that you need every day to reach your goals. And so if you turn to that page, obviously you can see the way for you to figure that out real quick. After you've done that, after you've figured out what your calorie target is for each day, then you go over here to page 18, and that's where you have your calorie chart. Now as you can see, you have the different calorie amounts between 1,200 to 1,500, all the way up to 2,100 to 2,300. That's the category that I'm in. Now, if you look at that category, you'll see all the different colored containers as well as the teaspoon. Now, you didn't get a teaspoon in your pack, but it's because everybody pretty much has a teaspoon size measuring device in their house of some sort, and so they didn't want to include that in there with those containers. But you'll see how it breaks it down based on the calorie intake that you want to get each day of how many of these containers that you can have. Like for me, I can have 6 greens, 4 purples, 6 reds, and just down the list. And so you figured out what it is that you need each day to succeed with this program. When that's all said and done, a lot of us I know aren't going to be able to eat at home and make every single meal. Some of us are going to go out to eat. We're going to have to take that break with family, whatever it might be. And it never hurts to go out to eat, but it does help to have an idea of what it is you're eating and how it's going to impact this next couple of weeks. And so there is a page on 70, and it starts there, and it kind of goes through all the types of foods that you might find in restaurants. And so you can always use this to kind of figure out how you need to order. It also, using these containers and by using these the right way, putting the food after you've measured them out on your plate, you also get a good idea just by looking at it, what portions you should be getting each day when you have a meal. And so that helps you with the restaurant. A real quick tip that I learned whenever I started doing this the first time is that when you go to a restaurant, they're already giving you double, if not triple, what a normal serving should be. And so right off the bat, you can actually ask your server, hey, whenever you bring my food out, would you go ahead and put half of it in a to-go box for me? That's a real simple way for them to you'll have all your food, but you're only going to be presented with half of it so that you don't overeat at that restaurant. You don't get too much for that one meal. And then you also have your meal for the next day. You can take that home with you, or you can give it to your spouse or your significant other, whatever you might be. But that's just a real quick way for you to already nip that in the bud of having too much food at one sitting. So that's just a real quick intro. This book is chock full of so many different things that you can do also. There's recipes in there, menu items, just ways to make it healthier. It also gives you a bunch of really good suggestions as to what containers have what kinds of food in it. And so I just encourage you guys to take a few minutes, look through the book. You might actually take a little bit longer than that. I read through this thing 2 or 3 times before I felt like I had a good grasp on it. And then it's just about acting out on it, using these containers, making it a habit for the next 3 weeks. A lot of people continue using these after the fact so that they can stay on course. They can stay with the good habits that they're going to create, because it takes 21 days to create a habit. That's why we're here. That's why we do this. And I know that you guys are going to succeed with this. Use this page to ask questions, to present recipes, to help others. We're here to help each other through the next 21 days to succeed in this program. And so I'm really excited that you're here. I'm really excited to present these things to you. And I'm looking forward to rocking this next 3 weeks. So you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.